Hey! Can't believe how many people commented on this shirt yesterday that I wore. They said, nice shirt! God, I hope so. It cost enough. Got it half off and it was still $60. Oh my god. It's kind of weird. You like wear a new shirt and everybody comments on it. It's kind of strange. Now, I made a video 2 years ago and I warned you. I said there's basically only 5 types of people in the world. The rarest person was an intelligent, wise person. The most common type of person was an unwise fool. An unintelligent fool, excuse me. That's someone with no empirical knowledge and also, too, no wisdom. I mean, those are the lowest of the low. They are, of course, redeemable if by their own will, and you have to have will. You know, you could stick a person that doesn't want to learn in a place of education where they have all the opportunities in the world, and if they're dead set against learning, you know, that's their nature. If by their nature or by their own willing they choose not to either become wiser or become smarter, or the worst case scenario, both. There are people out there like that, you know exactly that's the case. But I warned you like 2 years ago in a video. I don't know where the video's at, but I made the video. I think I made the video twice. I said the most dangerous person in the world is a highly educated fool. And for some of you that don't know, you can actually have a lot of empirical knowledge, a lot of book learning. Yeah? Well, I have a PhD, I have a doctorate. Yeah, but you're still a fool. This is, of course, the reason why doctors are the second leading cause of death, right after cancer. Why, he has a doctorate degree, he's a smart man or woman. Doesn't make any difference. This just means that they chugged a lot of caffeine and they memorized a lot of stuff and they passed tests. What they are is a highly educated fool. It means they have no wisdom. They actually can't put 2 and 2 together. This is what happens, and by the way, I have to preface this by saying that I wasted many years in college myself, University of Kentucky, Southeast Center for Photographic Studies. That was a community college. It was still the second or third largest photography school in the United States, but I spent many years in college. Doesn't make any difference. It was a complete waste of time. So what you see going on right now is what I call CPS, or college puke syndrome. And by the way, very charismatic cult leaders, you know, the ones that have like killed countless tens of thousands, or in the case of politicians like Stalin and old Adolf killed millions and millions of people. These are both charismatic people that are highly intelligent, and yet they are, by their very nature, evil, meaning they have no wisdom. Wisdom is antithetical to an evil nature. If you have wisdom, what you do is that the good flows through you naturally by means of your wisdom. And it's kind of like the premise that, well, water is water is water. It's like, well, that's not the case. There's a reason why people drink, you know, expensive bottled water or filtered tap water, and they don't drink out of their toilet like a dog. I mean, if water is water, then an acorn is also an oak tree. But we all know you can't get lumber out of an oak tree, can you? Well, they're genetically identical, you know, by the DNA, an oak tree and an acorn are 100% identical. Now, this is what a college puke would say. Anyway, what we actually see going on in the United States are these college-educated scumbags. They are literally degenerate scum. Let me repeat that. They're degenerate scum. They're going around. By the way, one mark of evil. Now, you would actually, if you wanted to convince somebody, what you would do of your own accord is you would build something better, or you would be constructive. This is how wise people actually expand themselves in the world. They don't want to influence others by nature of, and it's not deeds that is a mark of wisdom, as wisdom is a mark of wisdom. By their deeds and, you know, see that they are positive and constructive. You know, as a small degree, like for example, I write a lot of stuff and I give it away for free. I also do a lot of free tech support. It means you're doing something constructive that's not only a reflection of your character and your wisdom, but also, too, it is an effluence of being good. The mark of these college puke scum that are going around trying... And by the way, these people are... And I'm not into politics. I'm not on the left or the right. I'm in the middle. It's not really the middle. It's the opposite of the left and the right, which is wisdom. one mark of, uh, of anti-American fascism is that as all forms of evil fascism have been in the past, they love to destroy things. You see these people trying to squelch the speech of others. You see them burning books. They hate authority, like cops. They don't believe in law and order, and they're going around trying to eradicate. As someone who lived in communist Russia for a very long time, and is still a Russian English translator, русско-английский переводчик, тслышь. I hope the Russian listeners are going, yeah, молодец, я тебя слышу. It reminds me of the Bolsheviks going around trying to destroy history. Yeah, they're like burning books. This is the exact same thing Germany did in the 1930s. Burning books, tearing down statues, trying to destroy and erase history. That's what you see these pseudo-intellectual, mental midget, degenerate scumbags doing in the United States, going around burning statues. They're like, they're literally, the heinous stuff that they're doing is unbelievable, and their hypocrisy is so rank. My favorite one was from like yesterday. There was this politician, and she was in the middle of this rally about defunding the police, and some half-naked person in women's underwear like came at her to attack her, this politician. But she had armed security, big husky dudes. And she was at a defund the police rally. But her armed security, tackled this person. And you could hear her on the microphone. This is no lie. You could look it up. I can't remember the politician's name. And her exact words were caught on the live mic. Where's the police when you need them? It's like, you're the scumbag politician that's at a defund the police rally. And you're complaining, saying her exact words were, where's the police when you need them? Let me give you another example of rank hypocrisy of unintelligent, degenerate scumbags. And this is not about politics. This is just about hypocrisy, which is evil, and the lack of common sense. There are these scumbags that thought that they wall off an X-radius block in Seattle. You've heard about it. It's called CHOP. And, there's spray paintings everywhere about how much they hate the cops. True hypocrites of the highest order. We hate cops, all this anti-cop graffiti everywhere. So fine, let me know how that experiment works out for you. Well, it didn't take about 12 days or so. By the way, they hired armed security. So you hate the cops, but you hired armed security to patrol the area. This is no joke. You can look this up if you don't believe me. Someone was attacked. I don't know what instigated it, and they were mortally wounded in a deadly attack inside this we hate the police zone. I'm just going to call it what it is. College pukes congregating in a we hate the police zone, and they overtook the police station there. And the Seattle mayor, and this is not politics, it's just common sense. The Seattle mayor is just her name is Jenny Durkin, a total deranged fool. She let them overtake the police precinct and drive the police outside. Somebody was mortally wounded 48 hours ago, I believe, in this autonomous zone. And so they call the cops, the people that are the leaders of this we hate the cops zone. They call the cops multiple times. We can't get in there because they can't get in because there's all these people no, you can't come in here, we hate the cops. They kept calling the cops to come rescue this guy that was mortally wounded in a... It's like, aren't you the same deranged scum, degenerate scum that walled off this 5-4 block, whatever size it is? What? I've never seen hypocrisy that amazing in my entire life. Now, we all see amazing. It was I never thought I'd see that, but I saw it. So the bedlam is growing quickly. Cops are not paid much. The only issue with cops and a lot of my family's on the police force, the various aspects, and of course there's a, a 1/3 of 1% that are power-hungry scum that are cops, but the job doesn't pay well. The only real serious issue with cops is their police union. It's the exact same crap with teachers and scumbag professors in universities, as they have a teacher and a professor, and they really defend. It's impossible to get a teacher or a professor fired. I mean, they could be a degenerate scumbag that are touching and feeling the students, or just the worst teacher on planet Earth, but it's impossible to get them fired because they're in a union. Unions are evil, of course, by the way. They are inherently evil, because what they do is they protect scum. It's good that police stick together because they're in a crappy job that doesn't pay much, and unfortunately stupid people hate them, people that don't like law and order. You know, I find it amazing, and I hate all politicians, because all politicians are degenerate scumbags. They love to talk about supporting these people that want to defend. These are the same people that live in gated communities with armed security, patrolling the ground. It's like, oh, you don't want normal human beings to have law and order. You know, you can have it because you can afford a lot of armed security. True, I mean, one of the countless tens of thousands of reasons why everybody hates politicians, because politicians are, whether they be on the left or the right, are scum. They're degenerate scum. So what we have right now is CPS, as I told you at the beginning of this video. The most dangerous person on earth, and this is not my opinion or feeling or belief, this is a fact. The most dangerous person on earth is a highly educated fool. Someone with a lot of facts and empirical knowledge in their brain, but they don't know how to implement it. They have no wisdom whatsoever. These people become politicians, charismatic cult leaders that lead people to their death. They are, by definition, scum. These are the same people you see around the country in the United States right now that are, you know, driving this, because I see them. You know, there'd be cops sitting there with their shields, standing like a statue, and, you know, you got like these young 18-year-old chicks. You could tell, you know, they're middle class or upper middle class, and, you know, they're smart. They're smarter than you because they went to college. They got a degree in basket weaving at the University of BS. But they paid a lot of money for that education, so it must mean that they're better than you. The one people you don't see out there trying to pull down statues are like, you know, good. I've never seen a single one of them. Like a good, wholesome person, you know, that graduated from high school. He works at a lumber yard, or she works at, a lumber yard, or, a plumber, an electrician. You don't see normal people that have more than 2 points of common sense of their personage. Everybody that's out there is an educated, deranged scumbag. And that's an accurate statement. Well, you can't generalize like that. No, I can, because it's accurate. I've seen these people. I see these people too. There's some of them protesting downtown here in the city. I actually looked at them with highly wise and scrutinizing eyes, and you could actually measure somebody up by how they dress and how they look. You could tell, like, oh, this person right now is going to University of Kentucky. You could tell that. I mean, I could easily tell that. Just as I could tell, you know, the difference between, you know, a city slicker and some person that just came up from the hills and, you know, shopping at the mall. You know, it's very easy to tell that. You don't judge a book by it, but you can determine a lot. I mean, people can determine a lot by the way I look. Nobody on earth would assume that, you know, I'm like a farmer from the hills, you know, living in a log cabin with, you know, my polo shirt and my total body coverage. You know, that's the point there. But I love that when that politician says, where's the police when you need them? She was literally attending an anti-police rally. Let me tell you something else, has nothing to do with my opinions or feelings. Bedlam is growing quickly. Cops are paid it's a low-paying ass job. They're already, before all this crap started, cops were, well, I don't want to say it that way, but it's a crappy job. Oh, they're in mortal danger. You know, it's a deadly job. Being a police officer is a deadly, crappy, low-paying job. Most cops, meaning 99%, they love their job because it's both exciting and it's different, and they love to help people. Man, I used to hang around a lot of cops, and they love telling about the story about how they would save someone's life or keep them from, you know, jumping off the bridge, and they love that, and that makes up for their extremely low pay. So right now you have all these people, and it's not all these people, but it's a lot of people, you know, hating on the cops because of a very, very, very few, like 1/3 of 1%, even less than that, you know, that are dirty scumbags. And it doesn't matter whether you're talking about plumbers or any profession, you've got a very, very small percentage which are just evil scumbags. And that's with anything. Any group of people, going to be a small percentage that are evil scum. So now everybody's hating on them. Not everybody, but a large number of people. And so people are just walking on. And then also, too, they're not going to get themselves in a situation where they're going to be blamed for something, for doing their job. Say, well, I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to stand back and, let the chaos rip because, cops, and this happened, there was an effect in Ferguson when all the cops were blamed for the action of one or two cops, and then the cops were like, screw it, I'm not going to stick my neck out this low-paying crap job and everybody hates me. You see, cops don't like that. They're already in mortal danger all the time. They're not paid any damn thing. And now everybody's hating on them? Well, job doesn't pay enough. It's just, screw that. I'm going to either quit or I'm just going to phone it in. You know what phone it in means? It means I'm going to show up for work, but I am not going to stick my neck out for anybody. And normal people with some common sense, which is a lot of people, really a lot of people. Let me tell you something else. I'm connected here in Kentucky, where certain tools are sold, tools that emit lead. Let me guess you figure that out. What tools emit lead and copper jacketed lead. This is not my opinion. This is a hardcore fact. I'll just give you this as an instance. Now that everybody knows that the cops are not going to show up, I mean, more so than ever, the sales are off the charts. There have been more sales of these tools in the United States, in every state, in the past 5 months. Completely never ever in history. And I know people, there's an outfit down the street, if you will, in Winchester. I know the guy that runs that. It's called Double Star. The dude is making so much money, he might as well be God right now. He is making money hand over fist over hand over fist. And this is true across the board. Sales are through the roof. When you tell people the cops are not going to show up, and they know why they're not going to show up, because it's a crappy job, it doesn't pay anything, it was dangerous to begin with, now it's way more dangerous. And when they do their job, I'm not talking about the one or two bad apples that screw up and piss everybody off, but when they do their job, and they still are threatened with horrible things for trying to do their job and obey the law. It's like, well, that job's not worth it. Who the hell would want to be a cop today? Nobody. The pay sucks. It's dangerous. Everybody hates you. And by everybody, I mean an enormous amount more people that did them before. It was like, wow, I'm not guilty for, the actions of a literally less than a handful of bad apples. They're not going to do that job. They don't want it. They're quitting. Or they're just phoning it in. Well, I'll stick at this job, but I'm not going to really do it anymore. I'm just going to phone it in. So that's the reason why those tools have been selling off the chart. You know it and I know it. Actually, I know way more than you do on this topic because I'm connected to, because I used to be a concealed carry instructor for the Department of Criminal Justice, DOCJT, by the way. I'm connected with people that know stuff. Literally, I can guarantee you I am. Way more than anybody else on YouTube is. I know what's going on. I talk to people about sales of things. And the things that feed those tools are also way off the chart, more than they've ever been in history. Literally, never ever in history has it even been close to this. Completely Mount Everest off the scale. Anyway, but the people that are out there that are trying to squelch other people's free speech, pulling down statues, spray painting crap on national monuments, these are college pukes. These are literally educated fools. They think that they know they're superior to you. They're basically anti-American. Because they're pulling down statues of Abraham Lincoln. Because Abraham Lincoln, freed the people. You see, it's not about the person in the statue that they're pulling down. It's about those people who are a symbol of America, and they are anti-American, and that mental indoctrination was inserted into their brain in one place, and that's in college. Because they didn't get an education in college, what they did is they got brainwashed and indoctrinated by college puke scum. Let me repeat that, college puke scum. I spent many years in college. I've seen, even when I went to college in the early 90s, it was bad then. I can't even imagine how off the charts it is. like in Cali, New York, New Jersey, Chicago. It's, by the way, I used to live with my wife out in Emeryville, which is right by Berkeley. Berkeley is so crazy that even the people in San Francisco think the people, this is not my opinion, it's the fact, even the people in San Francisco think people in Berkeley are nuts. And that's why they call it Berserkly. That's literally what they... So I used to go up and down the streets of Telegraph, which is basically the main drag of Berkeley. Because I used to go to the used bookstore, Shakespeare and Moe's books. There's all sorts of, and this was in the, well, this is what, 16 years ago? I was living in Emeryville. I mean, just radical lunatics, you know, just passing out literally Marx propaganda. Literally, he was this old dude that looked like a short Santa Claus. He was such a hate-filled lunatic. And he always had this table filled with Marxist propaganda. Literally, the table is full of little self-published pamphlets with hammers and sickles on it, you know, on Telegraph Street. Berkeley Park, or the People's Park, because Berkeley Park, it's on Telegraph. That was the most amazing thing in the world, because you would never walk in that park. Nobody walked in that park or stepped foot in it. I crap you not, when you stand on the edge of that park, you look in it, you'd be like, use condom, needle, use condom, needle. Every square foot of that park was covered in an infected needle. A discarded, I mean, you would never, unless you were trying to commit suicide, step into that park. It was that dangerous. You know, that sort of radicalism that's found in Berkeley is now prevalent in countless universities of higher learning. You don't actually get higher learning. These people are not taught to learn and educate someone. They're not educated, by the way, either. They're indoctrinated. Their heads are filled with anti-American crap. You know, they don't care that, you know, Lincoln freed the people. You know, it's a symbol of America, and all that crap's got to go. But if that sort of stuff is not brought under check, you know, then the pressure cooker. I don't know if you remember what a pressure cooker. It had that little whistle at top that would relieve the pressure. You can go. Pss, 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 pss. It was relieving the pressure as you're cooking. If that pressure is not relieved, it'll be like a pressure cooker that's been stopped up. So, you know, that little valve at top is not releasing. It's like, oh, crap. When someone would hear their pressure cooker stop whistling from the little pressure valve at the top, people would go, oh, my God, the pressure's building. Then, you know, the pot sitting on the stove was building enormous, dangerous pressure. And I hope that's not happening here in the United States. But it might be. And people see that coming. I have nothing fundamentally against college. You know, people go there to become engineers and, you know, structural engineers and whatnot. It's okay there, but you're not supposed to go there to get your brainwashed and turn into some sort of anti-American fascist zombie. Because these people are not building anything. Nobody with a half a brain, or even a third of a brain, is impressed by what these college pukes are doing. They're not building anything. All they're doing is going around destroying crap, tearing down crap, trying to squelch people's free speech, you know, beating on people in the streets with clubs and, you know, other horrible, horrific things. These are college pukes. I warned you about these people years ago in a video. What they are is educated fools. They have no wisdom whatsoever. None. None. A far wiser person, you know, is like a farmer that never went to school and doesn't know how to read or write. I mean, at least that dude has some common sense. You don't see him out there in the street, you know, well, that guy's got no education. He can't even read or write. Yeah, but he has wisdom. He has common sense. That's why you will never see one of those people, you know, grabbing a rope and a chain and trying to, you know, pull down a statue of Lincoln or... you will never see that. Because those people, even if they can't read and write and they're 100% illiterate, uneducated, they're not fools. They have enough common sense. They have more than enough common sense. You know, they would never even think of doing something that stupid. The only people that think about doing stuff that's stupid are college, puke, indoctrinated, brainwashed, anti-American scum. And that's not my opinion, and I don't care if you like this video or not, but it's a damn fact, and it is undeniable. Well, that's your opinion, Ken. You're generalizing. No, I'm not. Everything I said is undeniable, accurate, and palpably true. Go ahead and hate this video, and my answer to that is, I don't care. And the reason I don't care is because I'm right.